So over the last few months I've been getting a lot of questions about how I manage my workload while I'm doing my masters. Is it possible to work while you do your masters? Well, tune in so that I can answer that question for you guys. So in my first year, my allocated uni day was Wednesday 10 till 5 p.m. and I do have a vlog showing you guys what my whole day of uni was like last year, so I'll link it in the description box below for you to watch. So Wednesdays was my allocated uni day, and normally I would spend the whole day at uni and then I'd come home and do my reflection journal. I wouldn't really do anything else much except for that, because uni alone was very draining. By the time you come home you're just exhausted, so that day was pretty much reserved just for uni stuff. So that meant that Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday I could work, so I worked the other 4 days of the week, and then on the weekends was either time to catch up on other uni work. If I had reading to do or an assignment coming up, then I would do my assignments then. If not, then obviously I'd go out or just relax and chill or do whatever, or go see my family. So that was how it worked for me. Of course, like I said, if I had an assignment coming up, then in the evenings after work I would come home and maybe work on my assignment a little bit. But I did try to make sure that Tuesdays, the day before uni, was reserved for doing any reading and going through the lecture slides for the lectures the following day, so that I could be prepared, and I still do that now. Also in first year I had my allocated counselling sessions on a Tuesday at 7 p.m. So at first I used to travel there, but then after a while we stopped doing the sessions face to face and we moved to online, just to save money and to also just accommodate me for having to travel back and forth between London and going home to see my family sometimes. So it just became easier and we stayed online. So now I'm in second year, and of course we have placement. So my allocated uni day for second year is Friday 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Yes, they added an extra half an hour, God knows why. But yeah, so I do still reserve Fridays now for doing my reflection journal when I come back home, and I try to just relax because uni is still a very tiring day regardless. So now that I've got placement, I also then have Wednesdays reserved for placement. I spend my day at placement, and I did a vlog on that a few days ago showing you what my day's like. So when I come back from placement, I allocate that time to make sure that I've written all my notes up and I have put everything in order and categorized all the notes in the folders where they're supposed to be, and whatever needs to be done on my laptop is done on my laptop, and whatever needs to be done on paper is done on paper. So that's usually that day. That only leaves me with 3 days of the week to work. So I work part-time Monday, Tuesday and Friday, and also on the weekend sometimes I will do like people's hair if I have time. So those are the only days now I have to work. So hopefully your workplace can allow you to work part-time, because I know a lot of people on my course have asked their workplaces to let them have, you know, 1 day off for uni and another day off for placement. And luckily, because of COVID, we're able to do some of our placement online, so we can do counselling sessions online, so you don't actually have to be travelling anywhere. But I am currently obviously travelling. As you saw in my vlog, I do travel to placement, so I'm not home that day. But because of the placement I've chosen, I do have to start another placement, which is probably going to be on another day, which only leaves me 2 days to work, so that's not great. So as for now, can you work while you're doing your masters? The answer is yes, you can. Hopefully your workplace can allow you to switch from full-time to part-time if you are currently working full-time, or you may just have to find a job that allows you to work part-time so that you can allocate time to go to uni. But honestly, you can manage the workload. You can make time for reading in the evenings or the weekends, and if you have assignments, you know, it's not like ongoing. You do have breaks in between. So far we haven't had an assignment. Our first assignment is in December, so we've had the time since October without any assignments. So it's not always like a load of pressure. It's not always so many things to do at one time. I'm not gonna lie, having placement means there's a lot of paperwork to do, a lot of documents to take care of. So there is that workload to handle depending on how many clients you have. The more clients you have, the more paperwork you have. And you also have to allocate time to meet your supervisor. So for me, that's once every 2 weeks, and I'll be meeting with my supervisor for the first time next week, because I had my first week last week. So that's once every 2 weeks for an hour. So that's another time you have to allocate to yourself, and you still have to carry on allocating 1 hour a week for counselling sessions for 35 hours. So there is a lot to do and a lot more work to do, but it's up to you whether you think you can manage that workload. But yes, it is definitely possible to work while doing your masters. I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope that answers your questions. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.